Hello, Warriors. Good turnaround Tuesday to everybody. Big news of the day is what happens with the China-U.S. trade negotiations. So we'll see what happens. I talked to a guy who's pretty good at geo stuff. He says that Xi cannot appear weak by just acquiescing to every demand by the U.S. and that it's going to be incremental and that it may take until August to get a deal with the Chinese. So that might shake the markets a little bit. So just filling you in on that. And then we have inflation news, CPI, PPI coming up this week as well. So the dollar continues to, look weak. I'm still in the camp that we have to take out this low from April. Here's a daily. And as you can see, the RSI down here in April had like a 23 reading. We're only, what's the low here? 52. We're only around 85, 90 points away from this low. So I have a hard time seeing it being able to go beneath 30 at that time. So we'll see what happens. From last week and the week before, you've been long euro pound. Still acting pretty good. It's trying to break through another resistance level. Remember this wedge. So all we did was move sideways and looks like we might be setting up another leg to the upside, still like EG. Aussie, they tried to sell it off last night, still pressing up towards the high, still have targets of 66.5. And if you stayed long euro on the recommendation yesterday, targets are still way up there at 116, 116.50. So still plenty of room for the dollar to fall. Should we get any kind of bouts of dollar strength because inflation came in a little hotter than expected, I would use that strength in the dollar to sell into over the next couple days. Let's just move down the list here. And this is the first time I've seen silver lower down about 9 cents with gold up $21. So that's a little different story. The XAU got obliterated, so it's due for recovery. But, just be careful. We're getting confirmed highs here. 37 was a possible target for the upside. So I haven't shorted it because of this momentum, and I still think that the trend has shifted to where silver is your preferred long. Looking at copper, I know a lot of people are real bullish copper. I'm not. I think that there's going to be a pretty good break coming. To me, it looks like we might set up some type of flag. I'm looking for lower numbers in copper. It's a little bit contrarian to what a lot of people think. Here we have yields dropping a little bit again today. Very choppy market. I really don't know what to do with that or TLT. This could have been all of it, and now we're heading back down, or maybe there's a little bit more left on the upside. Japanese yen is kind of in no man's land. We had a little false breakout, but I didn't do anything with it. Maybe things will change. Also, we have a lunar cycle due tonight, and sometimes you could get reversals on lunar cycles. So I have a couple candidates that I'm thinking about here for that potential. WTI is they're trying to sell into it, but as long as it holds this breakout at 63, you have to give the longs the benefit of the doubt. And your 4-hour chart is up here at 70, so maybe it'll pull back. I'm going to maintain my long position. The S&P is up, but it looks like we could have some type of bear flag. I looked at it earlier. Let's see if it's coming out of it. So here we are, right up here at this bear flag. I'm short from 13, down 3, risking 20. So keep an eye on this. The key area, besides breaking down from a flag and this moving average, is the black line of 59.20, which is what we held on this pullback here last week, held 59.20. Under 59.20, that's going to open the door towards 5,800. under 5,800, that, then you're talking about 56. So potential, I call this a potential reversal candidate into the lunar cycle. I'm trying it. Let's see what happens there. Uh, what else I wanted? I did want to touch on a few of the Max sevens here. Well, let's start with Bitcoin. As I said, I was going to start covering cryptos. So when I look at it up here, this is the number I was looking for, 110. This can be a failing rally. And if we have equality from here, since this is about 5 grand underneath it, we still could have one more decline, especially if we get risk off down below this 100 level that could even take us back down into the low 90s. So I wouldn't be chasing it. As I said, Ethereum looks better. A lot of people are saying, we're going to have this breakout here. Um, I would rather fade Bitcoin than Ethereum because the formation on the daily is really kind of a continuation formation. It's been moving basically sideways and trying to come out of here. So I would leave this alone. I think a lot of people are in XRP. I think I took a look at XRP for a trader friend of mine and said I thought it could go to $1.50. Okay, crypto, XRP, US dollar. Here it is. Okay. So here's the look on, and I know a lot of people are trading this. So I think I had let me find this line again. Well, must have been off a weekly. And this would be a real nice entry if it happens. Let me look at this. Okay, so this is it. It's on the daily. Take a screenshot of this in case I'm right about some risk off and where you could possibly uh, look to get long. Where did I have that line? It's like at 150. Oh, there we go. I think it was this. Okay. So that would be, well, now it's like around 140. I'd buy XRP, take a screenshot just in case we get a sell off in crypto. That would be an area to do some spec at 150. So be patient and see if that level could come to you. All right, let's take a look at, and be careful with Bitcoin up here. Don't get FOMO up here if you didn't buy it down there. That's why I tell people to scale. So let's look at some of these. We had a real nice throwover being negated in Netflix with divergence. I think Netflix is vulnerable for a move to about 1100. Uh, Google, I don't know why it looks like that, but this to me was flagging too. Maybe it'll show it on the weekly. I'd be careful with this one too. See this kind of a flag? How many of the Mag 7 haven't even retraced 61.8? Well, Google's one of them. Okay. Um, Here's Netflix on the weekly. Look at the divergence on Netflix up here. 1, 2, 3. So I'm not talking crash. I'm just talking they got stretched, they got overdone, and some type of pullback. NVIDIA, if you look at a weekly, if you want to be a bear, you could call this a right shoulder, can't you? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If we get a correction, I'm looking for about 116. I actually think we'll make new highs in NVIDIA, but I think there's a good pullback first. I finally did put on some Uber stuff yesterday. We have an up week going. think we're taking out yesterday's highs, but pretty grinding advance here. Maybe it could stretch to 90, but you've had a 12-point move. The next move should be more like 20. So that would take it down to, under 70. And I have targets at 62 and 50. In Uber, we'll see. I saw Stephanie Link on CNBC got real bullish on Uber yesterday. We'll see who's right, Stephanie or I. And that's going to be a wrap. Tomorrow I have with us David Keller. You could find him on X at D Keller CMT. He's a certified market technician, real good conversations I've had with Dave Keller in the past. Tomorrow should be no different. So be careful up here. Don't get FOMO in Bitcoin. Let's see if this is another failing rally. And then down here should be the last bus stop. Okay. And be patient with the dollar for it to, capitulate to the downside. And I would still be using some dollar strength to sell the dollar until we take out that April 21st low. So I'll see you in the room. I posted everything I talk about here. I also post in the room. So you could always go back there and check and see what I'm thinking. Always don't follow anyone's trades blindly. Use it as a guideline to see if it lines up with your work. Because if you're just copying signals, you're not learning. You may as well be a customer of a signal service. If you want to learn, you can't be lazy. You have to take the time, and a lot of screen time is the time I'm talking about. So I'll see everyone tomorrow with Dave Keller at 10:30 a.m. EST. Be there or be square.